Gaurav, if you could tell us a little more on Israel's tactic on issuing a complete blockade on Gaza. So basically no fuel, no food, none of that is allowed to be supplied into the Gaza Strip area, almost in an attempt to starve the population along Gaza. This is a strategic move that Israel has adopted. If you could tell us how effective has that been? And we know that Gaza Health Minister and the authorities there are pleading for a green corridor to push for medical aid for those Palestinians who've died.
You're absolutely right. And Israel is very clear about this blockade. No food, no fuel, no electricity, no gas supply to Gaza. But then also, as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, kill close to 800 Israeli citizens, children, old people, attack a music festival, kill people. Then expect humanitarian, supplies to continue. So yes, Israel is very clear that punitive action is being taken, and that is why civilians across are also being told to move back from some of the areas which at least according to Israel, the civilians in Gaza Strip, the locations close one those hotspots where at least Israel feels that Hamas terrorists are located. Their logistic, their administration camps, their command and control system, their ammunition, all of that is kept. Those areas being targeted, and they will continue to be targeted. Again, I want to show you these images of military hardware and military equipment that's coming into this area. Israel is very clear. As you hear in the backdrop, the artillery pieces go off. This is not a war-like situation, Nabila. As far as Israel is concerned, this is war, and they're fighting not to make any points, but they're fighting to win this war. There you see more resources are now going into those frontline areas. Right behind me, the trucks that you see, resources that are going into the frontline areas. More resources are coming. Is that where Israel is ready to a massive offensive, whether it happens in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, well, that's the element of surprise that Israel wants to retain. But it's getting its numbers together to do so. All that preparation is happening right in front of our eyes, right where we are standing right now. We can see, at least at the tactical level, what's happening. The bigger picture, of course, will be no leadership in Jerusalem, and of course, the way they are planning military offensive into the Hamas-held territory.
Right. As Israel really steps up their attack and are receiving help from the United States and many other countries, military aid from the United States specifically, you also have Hamas, who's now been aided by the Lebanon Shiite Islamic militant group, Hezbollah. So does that mean that this adds a lot of strength to Hamas at this point? What kind of aid do you think Hamas is receiving from Hezbollah? Is it just the jihadi group coming together, willing to die for this cause, or is it that they do have funds enough to aid Hamas's operation?
So more than the Hezbollah, it is actually, according to Israel, the Iranian administration, the Iranian regime, the Iranian government that is funding, arming, and launching these terror attacks, whether it's the Hamas here, the Hezbollah, Lebanon. There's also tension on the Syrian border, and where not just the United States. I mean, considering in the Mediterranean fleet, the U.S. Navy has their aircraft carrier. So that's one aircraft with about 100 aircraft and electronic intelligence aircraft and helicopters and transport carriers, plus along with the aircraft carrier. I mean, the aircraft carrier moves with 7 to 8 destroyers, frigates, submarines, other it's like a floating war machine in the Mediterranean Sea, and that has been sent across a very strong message that no other country should get involved in Israel's war on Hamas. Should Iran think it may want to, then there are consequences. Should the Bashar al-Assad regime in Syria think they may want to, or activate the Hezbollah on the Golan Heights front or the Sheba Farms front when it comes to the Hezbollah, well, Israel's already activated its troops and artillery even in that direction. Remember, an Israeli watchtower and a radar station was taken out by the Hezbollah, and 3 Hezbollah terrorists were neutralized immediately by the Israeli army. Similarly, on Golan Heights, additional forces have already been deployed. And remember, that border where you also have the United Nations deployed. It's the oldest United Nations mission I've reported from on ground in Lebanon along that UN border. That again is a very well fortified border with very high concrete, blocks and CCTV cameras and radar. So Israel has that border very, very well guarded. And now after this disaster with Hamas, they have their forces activated virtually on every border, all the way up to the Golan Heights, where Syria is on not to activate any of its, these fighters from that front. Emirates, Nabila, also warned Syria not to get activated. And once again, I want to show you these images of additional resources that are coming in for supplies to the front lines. See, these military vehicles are coming every few minutes. You have all other resources in here. War effort of the Israeli army where we are standing.
India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.